Hello everybody, welcome back to the Kuchi-e Gallery YouTube channel. This is video package opening number 11. I am going to be doing kind of an interesting video today. So I ordered I won an auction on eBay, and it was an interesting auction because the seller basically posted a picture showing that there was 11 Japanese books that were like antique books, and then in the description it just kind of said there's 11 Japanese books. There were 3 prints shown. I've already kind of semi-unpacked this. This is the inside box, but the outside packaging I already removed for the sake of ease. But basically, he said, basically it's a bunch of books, and he showed 3 images of some of the books, and those images he showed were pieces that I needed in my collection. But when I wrote to the seller, he said, "Oh, there's actually art in almost all the books, if not all the books." And so, so we're going to go through these today and see what's in here and whether there's anything amazing and unexpected and interesting. I don't know. The 3 pieces that I need are, of course, books that I'm very excited about. But these other books, I just have no clue whether there's any Kuchi-e in them or not. Some of them probably do have Kuchi-e, and some of them probably don't have Kuchi-e. Some of them might have like regular wood blocks from an older time period. I just don't know. These are the books. This one here, let me zoom in a little bit now that we're done with the stupid unpacking part of it, because this package was pretty janky. But anyway, so we have this book, this book, and this book. So these 2 books. These, I know what these books are. Those are 2 of the books I've been looking for. This book, this book, which I think I might already have a copy of this book. I'm not 100% sure. This book here, and this book here looks very similar in some way. I don't know if they're like related or not. And then this has 2 books in it. So yeah, not sure what order we're going to go in. I'm just going to start with this smallest one and go from there. And we'll see what kind of prints are in here. Hopefully there's some good stuff other than the 3 pieces. The 3 pieces I am aware of and was looking for years. Of course, I know about those. But yeah, hopefully we'll find some other interesting things to discuss here as well. Let me work on this setup just a tad to get us in a better position to view these. Something like that should be okay. All right, this is book number 1. I do not know the title of this book. This looks to be, I don't know, actually. Yeah, it is. It looks like it's upside down, interestingly. So, not sure. So this is the book. Japanese books go this way, so it goes this way. But yeah, so here's the book. Let's take a look and see what's inside, if there even is any wood blocks enclosed in this book or not. He said there was art in each book, but I'm not sure if that's true. Oh, I do see a Kaburaki Kyokata image here. It's not a wood block. It's like a regular photo image, or I don't even think it's a lithograph, honestly. Oh, here's a drawing here's a wood block of something. So there is a wood block here. And let's see what else we have. It looks like there might be images scattered throughout the book. So let's see what we can find here. We have this one, not my favorite image I've ever seen. Oh, I know this. Oh, I've seen this book before. This is I believe this is by Nakazawa Hiromitsu. This image here, I think it's unsigned. It could also be Hiratsuka Unichi Hiratsuka. I'm not sure 100%, but it's one of those 2. I think it's Nakazawa though, but it could be the other guy. Definitely woodblock. We can see the bleed through here. We have a gentleman in a hat. Pretty cool image, actually. Not a very highly produced print, but if it was self-produced by the artist, that would make it more interesting. Let's see what else we have here. But yeah, I thought this would be interesting because it's totally blind to me. The person who posted the ad on eBay only listed three or four images of the prints. But he said each book had prints, so I was like, okay, well, it seems like a no-brainer since I want the 3 prints. Here's another woodblock. Not sure who this artist is. Maybe the same artist. Definitely we can see the bleed through. We have a gentleman here looking kind of perturbed. Let's see what else we have. If I'm lucky, there will be a print by Kiyokata in the book, a woodblock, but I'm not sure if there is or not. That would be very nice if there was, though. Or maybe by Hirosaki Eho. Either one of those would be nice. Or just a very nice image that I could really appreciate by any artist would be great. So far, it doesn't seem like there's a lot in the back here, so maybe I've already seen all the images. Oh no, here's another one. Okay, here's one. This is actually by Sentaro Iwata, I believe, and Ishiwata. Anyway, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's signed here. This is a nice piece. Definitely a woodblock. Very nice, interesting design. So that's a cool piece. These pieces are very small. This is like 4 by 6 inches essentially. So not extremely large pieces. But it's nice. There's a few decent woodblocks in this book. Here we go. Oh, actually, I like this image too. Oh, this is a great one. Oh, fantastic! I didn't realize this was in here. That's a great piece, actually. So I really like this piece here. I'm not sure who the artist is off the top of my head, but I do really like this image. So yeah, that's great. Definitely a woodblock. You can see from the back here. I'm not going to go into great detail about all of these prints, mostly because, oh, okay, well, here we have a print by Hashiguchi Goyo. So this is a very interesting book, actually. This is a print by Hashiguchi Goyo. I'm not sure, though, what edition this is. It doesn't look to be a very highly, amazingly printed woodblock. Like the quality is sort of so-so. Unless it's hand printed by Goyo, which is possible, but not probable. But anyway, yeah, some really cool images in this book. I never knew what this book was before, and I'm not sure. Let me see if I can translate the date real quick, and let's see if this has an edition or if it has a date. It might have both if we're lucky. But let's see what we come up with here. Hang on just 1 second. Let's see what the date is on this book. So interesting. It says printed on September 12th, 1915. And then it says September 15, 1915, issued. And then it says May 15, 19. So 45th edition. I don't know if that's true or not. 45th edition seems like an awful lot of editions. So I don't know. But it says May 15, 1919. It says 45th edition. So very interesting. So this book has been well and truly published. And let me see if I can figure out what the title of this book is real quick for our reference. Oh, this actually has some handwriting in the front. That's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I wonder what that says. Huh. Very interesting. I'll have to ask some of my Japanese friends to tell me what this says. It's dated and it is signed with a signature. I wonder if this is actually autographed by whoever this is about or by. Very interesting. Huh. No idea. Let's see. Golden Yasha. Golden Yasha. I don't know what that means. Mountain people. Momji mountain people. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. It's a very interesting book though. And I'm very interested in this handwriting inside the front page. Koji. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, cool book. Interesting. I don't know anything about it, but it has some nice woodblocks in it. Let's move on to the next one. I don't want to take all day on this video just because I don't have a ton of time for this. I would like to get this done in less than an hour. So this is another book. Actually, let's look at this one. So here's another book here. And not really sure about this one. This is a cool looking book. It's very interesting design. The cover is a woodblock for sure. It has a woodblock. It has some woodblocks, and I can see that there are Kuchi-e here. Let's take a look at them. See what we have. Okay, so yeah, so we have a Kuchi-e. There's going to be two, maybe three Kuchi-e in this book. Interesting. This image was not included again in the listing. Actually, none of those other images were included in the listing either. So yeah, there's quite a few prints in here. This one I have seen before. This is a very interesting image. It's obviously a fan print. You have a fan undone here, Uchiwa. So Uchiwa-e, this one. But yeah, just a very interesting book. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about this book or the author. I'll have to look it up later. I will be posting the information about the books somewhere over here when I'm done with this video. But for now, this is what we have. Oh, here's another one. Oh, look, someone drew in it with pencil. Somebody's kid got a hold of this lithograph print and they drew all over the page over here and they drew on here too. Nice of them to decorate this book for me. But yeah, thankfully it's not on the woodblock print, only on the lithograph part. But yeah, I believe that is Tomioka Asen. I believe this is Asen's signature, and I think the other ones in the front were also by Asen. But I'll double check all that info when I get to the publishing of this book. So yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. What did I do with that other book? Oh, there it is. So I hope everybody's doing well. This book is very interesting. This is going to be the third book we look at. This has a very nice cover. And it's beautiful. It's actually a woodblock printed cover, and it's very nicely done. I really like the colors. And this is one form of woodblock printing where they omit the black outlines. So you can see here, it looks very much so like almost like watercolor, the way they've done it, because there's no black outline. So it's very interesting. It looks like a watercolor image almost. It's really nicely done. It's beautiful. You have a beauty here holding a mirror or a fan. I'm not sure which. And yeah, let's see if there's anything else inside here. So it's a very interesting book. Let's check out the title real quick and see what that says. No, that's the wrong setting. Sorry, hang on. What's that? Hang on just a moment. Got to get to my translate section. This says History of Japanese Humor. Interesting. Preface. They have the. Unfortunately, the translation software I use translates back and forth between Chinese and Japanese, depending upon whether it's kanji or hiragana, katakana. So yeah, appendix History of Yoshiwara. Oh, okay. So this is the Yoshiwara history, which means it's the area that dealt with the courtesans and prostitution area. So here we have the first woodblock here, and you can see that this paper is not holding up well. There's a lot of foxing on this paper here. So I will probably put acid-free paper between these two, between the cover and between this print here. You can see it's woodblock printed through the back. You can see the bleed through. And again, on this next page, we have a lot of foxing going on. And I don't want this foxing to damage this print. So we'll see. Oh, there's actually quite a few prints in here. Wow, interesting. Okay, let's zoom in a tad. It's a small book. Again, this book is probably 5 inches by 7 inches. It's not a huge book. It looks fairly modern, honestly. The paper looks like a more modern paper. It's not. It's not washi paper. I don't think. It doesn't feel like washi paper, and the printing is quite clean, unlike washi paper. So I think this is going to be a later book. I'm not sure how much later. I'll have to figure that out later. But there are woodblocks in here, which is kind of nice. So here's another one, very interesting. You have a woman in a boat from the Han period. So she has Han eyebrows, so you can tell this is the Han court era. And I'm not sure about this signature down here at the moment, so I'll have to look that up and show that later. But here's a close-up of this image. It's actually pretty nicely done considering how small this is and how late of a book this looks like. Here's another one. Very nice. Also looks to be the same woman from the front cover, just based on the styling. But yeah, very nice. Well printed woodblock, actually, considering the age of this book. I don't usually expect woodblocks to be super perfectly done. In these later books, they're usually kind of sloppy, but these are extremely tight. You can see how tight the coloring matches up in here. It's actually quite good. So whoever did the printing here did a really good job, and there actually are quite a lot of images. I'm not sure if any of these are, you know, um, like modern designs. They're almost like reprints of old designs, it looks like. This book is probably, well, it's the history of the Yoshiwara, like it says. So what we're just seeing here is different older woodblock print designs, probably showing the Yoshiwara by various artists. Like, for instance, this one, I believe it's Utamaro. So here we have an Utamaro print. Obviously, Utamaro was dead by the time this was printed, so this is going to be a reprint of one of Utamaro's earlier designs. But still nice to see in this book. Here we have another one. This is actually, now this is, this artist could have been alive at this point. This is Kajita Hanko. So this one is by Kajita Hanko. Very nice image, actually. It's beautiful. See the subtle printing here of this moon on this fan. Again, we have an Kuchi-e print. So we have a wood block print showing a fan. We have a beauty with a fan. Very nicely done. It's a really pretty image, actually. So you can see the signature here. That is, I'm pretty sure that's Kajita Hanko. So yeah, really cool, nice image. That one probably is a modern print of this. Well, let's see if there's any more images in this book. I wouldn't be surprised if there were not a lot more images, if any. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be any more images. Still, interesting book. I really love the cover, actually, and a couple of decent images inside. Let's move on to the next book. See what else we have going on. Now, this looks to me like the same book as the smaller book. So I'm kind of wondering if this is the same book. Interestingly, it goes this way. So I'm kind of wondering if it's the same book as that small book. It has the same kind of cover looking, same kind of looking cover. The book is actually backwards here. This has a Genjimon on the front. So I don't know, maybe this is a Genji book. Something about Genji. Let's see. Oh yeah, I love this print. Okay, so this is one of the reasons I bought this book. I did know that this print was contained in this book. This is an image by Kaburaki Kiyokata. We have a signature here in the upper right middle. You have a beauty laying in a bed here. She's kind of forlorn looking, laying across the bed. It's a very well made print. So you have blind printing. I'm going to stand up. Sorry, excuse me. If I make a lot of noise. But you see those shadows on this background right here? So this has blind printing. So they've done blind printing on the bed to make the bedding look like it has some sort of a texture, which is a really nice feature that they don't use. I mean, they do use it, but they don't use it enough, in my opinion. I think it's a really effective way of giving a textural component to these woodblock prints, and I kind of wish they did it more often. But anyway, we have a beauty here, very nicely designed. Typical Kaburagi Kiyokata, nice image. All the coloring is very nicely contained within the original black line work. So yeah, nice print, nicely done. I don't know which edition this book is. This could be first edition, it could be 25th edition. I don't have any idea, and I don't know how to tell the difference, so I'll have to research that later and come back and let you know. But this is a very nice print, and print is done in a way that they do it like this, so it separates like so. And then from the back, you can see that there's the bleed through there. So yeah, very nice print. This print is also, doesn't seem to be having any damage from the book, which is nice. Oftentimes these prints, as I've said many times, they become damaged because these pages are more acidic than the actual pages, the washi pages they used. Let's look through and see if there are any more prints in this book. You can see here the acidity of this page. See how this page is so acidic. See, it's all brown and it's just really, yeah. Here we have another print. This is another woodblock print. It looks like Kiyokata, but I'm not sure. But it could also be a Kiyokata. It's a very nice print of a woman sitting next to a candle. And yeah, it's just beautifully done, nicely printed, not damaged, but you can still see a little bit of this ink, this little coloring here starting to come over to this page. So I'm gonna have to decide what to do about that. This book is string bound, as you can see here, the string binding here. So it's string bound. It's a string bound book. So yeah, which is good and bad. Good because it makes it easier to remove prints if you decide to remove them. I haven't done a lot of removing of prints myself too much. Here we have a photo image. I don't know if it's a lithograph or how they did these. It's got kind of a glossiness to it, sort of like a modern day printing. And this probably was also Kyokata. I'm not sure 100% though. Let's quickly skim. Oh, we have another. No, this one is this one is a lithograph. Again, a nice image, probably by Kyokata, but it's a lithograph. I don't know if you can see it up close, but you can tell that there are dots here. You can see the little dots that are kind of up close as we get closer. I don't know if you guys can see that up close like that, but there are dots on this. So this is a lithograph. Still a beautiful image, very nicely made. And, you know, it's only as limited as this book. So even though it's not a woodblock print, still not a common print. Here's another image by Kyokata, very nice. Let me zoom in just a tad. But still a really nice book. Unfortunately, the pages are really damaged. Here we have more prints. This looks to be a woodblock on this page. So there definitely is a mixture of woodblocks. They really didn't spare any expense in the making of this book, actually. So let's see what else we have. Here's another image. Let's see if there are any more color woodblocks. A lot of images throughout, which is nice, but unfortunately the acidity of the pages has started to damage the book quite a lot. Luckily, most of the prints so far seem to be in decent condition. That's pretty. Well, that's interesting. I don't know how they did that. That's a interesting. This one's interesting. So this one is not. I don't know what they did here. It's an interesting. I don't know. I don't know how they made that print. It's a very interesting looking print, though. It's not glossy like that other page. So there's no refraction here, and it almost looks like it's a lithograph of some sort. But yeah, I don't know how they did that. Maybe chromolithography or something along those lines. Well, there's another beauty, very nicely done. So yeah, it was interesting when the guy did the listing for this auction. He only showed very few images of the prints, and he showed all this random wording from the books. And I was like, who would really care about the random words inside some book from 130 years ago or whatever? Like, I just don't understand why anyone would do that. Like, and you know, it was good for me because it was still available when I randomly stumbled across it. It wasn't even listed as like Kuchi-e or wood. It had the word woodblock in the title of the auction listing, but that was it. And I mean, you know, on eBay, if you look up the word woodblock, you're going to get, 25,000 listings. I mean, so it was just a random luck that I stumbled across. This auction listing, and I bought it immediately because he had a buy now price that was super affordable. There's another beautiful image, undoubtedly by Kyokata. This one is also a lithograph, but very pretty. Wow, look at that. They spared no expense on these. This is really beautiful, actually. You can see that you have like a beauty resting in a really nicely done chair. All the elements of the clothing are really beautiful. I mean, this is really high end. If this was a woodblock, this would be really top notch. So yeah, just a really beautiful lithograph. Wow, look at that. That's just fantastic. Yeah, that's the kind of image I love by Kyokata. He just had a way of capturing the look of the people he was working on. It's another lithograph, an older lady, it looks like, standing in the wind. Another one. This one does have the glossy page. I'm not sure what the difference was, except maybe where they pinned, like maybe it had to do with the paper they printed it on. More likely. Yeah, some of these images look like Aho, but I don't know if they are Aho. I think they're probably all Kyokata, but I'm not sure. So I guess we'll see when I research this book. I guess we'll figure it out. Theirs looks like a kind of a ghostly image. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's very, very faint. Wow, that's a cool looking ghostly image on that one. Let's see if we have any more color Kuchi-e in here. There's an interesting rooster page. Oh, that's funny. That was one of the things the guy posted. Like, that's important. He didn't post the color images of the prints, but he posted that red rooster for I don't know what reason. But yeah. Anyway, really cool book. Very interesting. Not sure what it's about. I'll have to look it up later. Here's a Kaburaki Kiyokata's signature here. And I'm not sure whose this is, but I'll research and figure it out and let everybody know later. Anyway, interesting. So interesting book. It does have a Genji mon here, so it must deal with some sort of a Genji house situation. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay. Okay, this book, I believe I have a copy of this book, so I'm pretty certain that this book has 2 prints in it, I believe. So it has this one here, which is really, it's really okay. It's not my favorite woodblock print. It's kind of busy. But it is decent. You know, it's nice. Oh, this one's loose. Let me put this under here so we can get a better view of it. It's very difficult to like look at these when they don't have something against the back to give you a better image of them. So there we go. That looks good. But yeah, this is a very nice image. Excuse me. Let me take a sip real quick. This is a very nice image. A nice woodblock print. Kuchi-e. It is signed down here at the bottom. I can't remember off the top of my head who this artist is, but I will have the information for you up here somewhere when the time is right that I'm done with this. But yeah, just a really nice piece. The colors are very vibrant. Unfortunately, there's a couple of holes here, which I could fix. I don't know if I will, just because I have 2 copies of this actually. But you can really see the reflection here of the bokashi. The burnishing, on this shirt. Now, this is a very nicely done type of burnishing because they've done it in a checker pattern. It's very effective. You can also see that they did it in the hair here. So they didn't spare expense on this print. This is a well-made print, nicely done. And it's just not the most amazing design, but it is really well done and it's beautiful. So yeah, so that's one. I believe there's a second print in this book, but maybe it's been removed. I don't know. The guy did post a picture of this print that I just showed you, but I didn't see another print that I have from the book I have. So we'll see if there's another print in here, or if it's been removed. Nope, it's here. So there you go. There's the second one, and I love this design. Of the 2, this is definitely the better of the 2 designs. I think this is just really fantastic. It's a very beautiful print, really nicely done. It's got that kind of subtle menace that I'm always talking about. You know, it's a little bit of a design. You know, you have a woman here who's tied up, got kinbaku going on, where she's been tied up with rope. And yeah, obviously a very menacing design. You have a beauty with this trees in the back. You've got this kind of fire over here with the flames going up. It's just a dynamic image, really well done, very beautiful. I think it's a really nice design, super underappreciated. This book comes up quite often on different websites. I've seen it for sale, you know, probably 5 or maybe 6 times, 7 times. And the people who show it, they often don't realize there's a second print in this book. So they show the first print, not realizing there's a second print in the back. And so whenever they're selling the book, they only show that first design. The first design is a little busy, I think, for a lot of Kuchi-e collectors, but this second design is fantastic. So yeah, so anybody who sees this book and who's like, oh, they only show that first image, there's a good chance there's a second image. Now, I can't guarantee it, obviously, because somebody could cut this image out and put it on the wall. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful image, very well designed and really beautiful. So if you ever have a chance to come across this book and you see it for a good price and they don't show the second image, there is a possibility there's a second image in here. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you bring it to their attention because they might say, oh, yeah, you're right. I should charge more money for that book because there's 2 images. So anyway, let's look through and see if there are any more prints in here. I don't believe there are, but you know, we can check anyway. Yeah, no more images. Interesting. And again, we have a name here. Maybe the person who owned this book. I don't know. So anyway, there's another book. Let's keep moving. We got a lot of books left to go through. I'm actually going to have to break this into 2 videos, unfortunately. I thought I would be able to do this quicker, but I can't seem to do it. Oh, I see. This has the cover included. Oh, that's interesting. Is it the cover? That's a good question. Anyway, oftentimes these books were made and they had these covers on them. A friend of mine in Japan is fortunate to have a large collection, and many of his books do include these covers. The cover usually wraps completely around, and they were sold inside the cover. Quite a beautiful system, but they're very tightly bound. So these covers are wrapped very tightly around these books. You can see they paste them here, but they're extremely tight. So when they wrap them around, they put some nori paste, and then they clamp them together, and they're extremely tight on the book. So you can't just easily like slide them out. You basically have to bend the book like this and kind of slide them out like that. But over time, they start ripping along the binding edges. So, but anyway, at least the cover is intact here, and it is a really nice woodblock printed cover. So that's nice. Let's take a look at the Kuchi-e, if there is one. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, this is by Kuchi-e Toshimine, and this print was one of the prints listed in the ad. Very nice, beautiful coloring, no real issues. It does have this interesting oxidation that often occurs on the orange. For some reason, the orange color used in wood blocks often has this oxidation occur, and yet it didn't occur here. So it occurred here, but didn't occur here. So is it a different color? Did they put something on it? I have no idea, but it is very interesting. We have really nice patterning here on the kimono. This is a woman from the Heian court again. You can tell from these little spotted eyebrows that are added on here. That was a very popular design motif for the Heian court era. Although here we have a more modern military looking officer in the background. So I'm not sure what this implies or means or how it goes with the story. Maybe she's an actress and he's just enamored with her because, he's an officer in the army, something along those lines. That was kind of a popular storytelling trope or concept, I think, at this point, was like a lot of love stories. But yeah, very nicely done. You can see the hair here. So again, we have really nice burnishing in the hair, which you can see. There is, again, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's blind stamping like I was mentioning right here as well. Can you guys see that? That's very difficult to see. See it on the shoulder there? Yeah, very nice. So yeah, very nice. Interesting. The signature is right here. That's Kuchi-e Toshimine. Again, up here, actually, you can see the blind printing very well. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see it in person. It's a very nice design element. I wish they did more of that. Let's move on. Oh, we have an interesting stamp in the book here, maybe from the rental company that was renting this book out, if that was the case. It may have come from a book rental shop. Thankfully, they didn't destroy the print when they made that. Okay, let's move on to the next one because I'm getting short on time. Actually, what time is it? Should I make a second video now? No, I can keep going. Let's keep going and see if we can wrap it up. I actually don't want to do 2 videos. So here we have another book. It's a very interesting design motif because we have the cover here, which shows these people walking with these umbrellas, and then I guess the title is listed here in the umbrellas. It's a very cute design motif. Whoever designed this did a really nice job. So it looks pretty cool, and then it's got that 3D view down. So really cool, interesting design idea here. I don't know if there's Kuchi-e in this or not. So this is fantastic. Wow. Okay. So this is by Kaburaki Kiyokata. It's signed here. This is going to be an earlier. Well, I don't know about earlier, but it's going to be an interesting period of his signature. So this signature here, I've only seen it one other time, and it's actually the print that is in my avatar on YouTube. So that is the only print I've seen that has this design motif where the signature's here with these 4 colored circles. And wow, yeah, this is great. Man, what a great. So this is a lithograph, unfortunately, although it's still beautiful. I mean, really fantastic. So yeah, really nice design, Kaburaki Kiyokata. It's obviously got some dynamic like movement going on. You can tell there's a beauty here and she's looking over here. It looks like there's a fire maybe in the background or a fire inside the house. It just has the look of action. So there's like dynamic action going on here. That is a really fantastic piece. Wow, cool. So again, this was not shown in the advertisement. And what a nice surprise, you know. There are lithographs that were designed in the Kuchi-e style. They're not very common, or at least not as common, but they're every bit as beautiful. And yeah, I love it. This is a fantastic one, really nicely done, and in good shape, which is another nice feature. Okay, oh, we have other lithographs here. I have no idea who made this one. Really cool, though. It's got some Western, this is a Western scene, clearly. You got monks, I mean, not monks, sorry, I mean nuns here, and it's kind of a European-looking background. Again, lithography, really cool. Let's see what else is in this book, if anything. No. This is Hirazaki Eho here. So this is a small lithographed or woodblock. I don't know, actually. Looks like lithograph to me. But anyway, it's signed Eho here. Just a woman with a bird. I'm not sure what's going on there. Probably part of a small backstory in this book. This might be one of those compendiums that has a bunch of different stories by different artists. I mean, by different authors, rather, and maybe they did different woodblocks for different stories, that kind of thing. Okay, and that's the end of that. What a really nice surprise, though. That's a very nice book, and I really like that lithographic Kuchi-e. Let's do this big one next. So yeah, no idea what this is. I don't know if there are any Kuchi-e in this book or not. Again, I've never seen this book cover. I have no idea. There's some numbers here, but I don't know what they imply, and I can't remotely read this. Let's hope there's something fantastic inside. Oh, I do know what this is. Oh, these are really cool, actually. I don't believe there's any woodblocks in these, but they're a really neat magazine. And this artist here who did this cover is like, this is like his primary thing, and he's known by this skull. See this printed skull right here? When you see these magazines, it's by this particular artist. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, very interesting. So these books or magazines often featured this image by this artist. But yeah, let's just look through and see if there's anything in here that's really interesting, or whether there's any Kuchi-e or any kind of wood blocks. I don't actually know whether there are. There is quite a bit of art, I would imagine. But wood blocks or lithographs, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is a wood block, so this is pasted in. Not my favorite wood block design, but there it is. Oh, these are nice. So those are pretty nicely done. Yeah, interesting. I think this is like a very like a larger magazine format. So there's more than one. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, you can see here again is the same thing with the skull and the lady. Yeah, interesting. This must be oh, this probably has several says several different copies. That's what it says. That's why it's okay, got it. Okay, well, let's just flash through real quick and see what we're gonna get here. Looks like there were some wood blocks included. I don't know if that's a wood block. It doesn't seem printed like a wood block, so I don't know. Here's another one here. Again, I don't know if these are wood blocks or not. They look like they're wood blocks, but they're printed in a very odd way. So I'm not sure. Let's hope at some point we can come across an image by Kiyokata or Eho or somebody more interesting. Look at that weird thing. That's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. Some woman. It's a woman in the wind with an umbrella. Very stylized, though, huh? This one is a wood block. So interesting. All right, let's keep moving on here. Gotta quickly shoot through these again. So that was another episode or another edition. Let's see what else. Oh, look at that! Look at the coloring on that. Damn, it just really pops out. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if this is like part woodblock, part litho. I don't know what this is. The coloring is really phenomenal. Super, super bright, which I'm sure you can see. I don't know. It does look like a woodblock. I don't know how they made these. These are very interesting. They look like wood blocks, though. The coloring is solid. There's no dots, but I can't tell if it's. It looks like lithograph to me because the colors are a little too solid. There's no variance. In wood blocks, there's usually a variance in the coloring. Yeah, really beautiful. Shockingly bright, that color. Oh, here's another. This is a wood block. Oh, they cut a piece of wood behind it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, what a really interesting magazine. Looks like I got several issues here. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, that's pretty. Damn, look at that tattoo on the arm here. Wow, this is great. Wow, this is a really neat artist. I like this artist. I don't think they made a lot of woodblocks as far as I know anyway. I've only seen them associated with this magazine. These pictures at the bottom are fantastic. It's really nicely done. Okay, and another issue. This is Suzuki Harunobu. And this is a woodblock, actually. So this is a woodblock print. You can tell from the back, it's definitely a woodblock. A reprint of some sort, obviously. But still, nicely done. Got some women here. Oh, here's a Toshushai Shiraku image. Definitely a woodblock print. Very interesting. What an interesting series of books. It's too bad it wasn't more of a modern slant instead of being such a throwback. But maybe it's about ukiyo-e or something along those lines. There does seem to be kind of a more of a throwback to earlier types of ukiyo-e style drawings. But then the guy who did the main images, the front image of the book and stuff, his stuff is definitely a little bit more modern. That's a pretty cool woodblock right there. No idea who did it or what it is, but it's nice. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. It's a really cool, interesting book. I'll have the information for everybody when I get there later on when I have a chance to come back to it. All right. So we're going to wrap up. I don't know, do I actually have time to do this or not? That is the question. Okay, got to be quick. I only have about 15 minutes or less. So let's do these. Actually, let's just do this last book really quickly. This looks very modern to me, so I don't know what this is going to have inside of it or not. I don't know anything about this book. I don't know anything about a lot of these books. Maybe. This has a reprints of Kabuki. So this one's going to be. Oh, look at this. Oh, this has Toyokuni. Oh, Yoshitoshi. Oh, how very interesting. Yoshitoshi. This has some kind of chromo print. Some sort of it's a photo lithography. So this is a photo lithography print of a Yoshitoshi print. I'm going to guess this is also going back. So maybe it's about artists, or it's about woodblock printing, or it's about, what's this? I don't know. Interesting, very interesting. It might be about ukiyo-e, or it might be about kabuki. Here we have a Toshidama. So Toshidama definitely is related to woodblock prints. Here we have a Toshidama here, and this is about woodblock prints for sure. It says here Toyokuni. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. It says Toyokuni third. I'm not sure though what this is about, so I'll have to look into it a little bit further. But yeah, just an interesting book, an interesting magazine or book. Here we have something in English. Shobisha, number 1, Moto Sakumacho, Kanda, Tokyo. So that's like the location of this shop or this printing place or something. Yeah, very interesting. I'm not sure what they were advertising or what this is about. It's a cool little book. I just wanted to zoom through that one. These two books here are definitely the best books. These are the reason I bought this series of books here, because I saw these. These two books I don't happen to have in my collection, and I'm very excited to have them. So why he has a piece of garbage in here, I don't know. But I'm just going to skip straight to the Kuchi-e. So here we go. We have a Kuchi-e by Kabaraki Kiyokata. This is a fairly early image by Kiyokata, a very nicely designed image. It's there aren't that many images that have these fully developed cast of characters kind of images. They're just not that common. You can see here, this is very, very beautifully done. Down here in the bottom corner, we have Kiyokata's signature. And you can see that the printing there was no sparing of the printing on this image. It's just, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you have 8 characters. So there's 8 characters from this book that are outlined, on this image, plus a couple of background characters. Again, we have one of those burners, those sensor burners that are like, sending off flames into the air. You have this woman pleading with this other woman. There's clearly a soldier here in the background. You have this guy with this giant uh, axe on his back here. Concerned people. It's just a very, very dynamic, interesting design. Fantastically well printed. There isn't a lot of bokashi, there's a lot of bokashi, but there isn't. The bokashi is the shading, but there isn't a lot of burnishing. There's only a little bit of burnishing right here on this woman's the black part of the kimono here, the belt or whatever you want to call that. I don't know if that's an obi because it's like just the waist, but anyway, this part here, and I don't know, not a lot else. There's a tiny bit of, it's not dark burnishing, but it's like a light burnishing here, and I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, just really beautifully done. You can see the bleed through from the back very easily. So yeah, just really nice quality, nicely done, great signature, and a very interesting signature. So this signature has three parts: Kiyokata something, probably histo. So it's like drawn by Kiyokata, but I don't know how old this is. Like, I don't know. I have to look it up and tell you what the dates are on these. Really beautiful design. Sorry, I'm having to like rush through these, but unfortunately I'm on a bit of a short schedule today. Really beautiful though. Very nicely done. Beautiful design. And let's see if there's anything else in here, like a second design maybe. That would be lovely. It's wishful thinking on my part, but you never know, right? It could happen. Stranger things have happened. Okay, that's book number 1 or 2. I don't know. 1/2 maybe. I'm not sure. And here's the second book. And this book has a Kuchi-e that's very fantastic. And this is the other reason I bought this. I bought these because here we have another fantastic design. This one is by Hirazaki Eiho, and it's a really nice design. This one is having some effects of the acidic paperwork, which is too bad, but it's not horrible. Just has a bit of orange happening here, so I might be taking this one out of this book because the orange paper is causing this damage. So I'm not sure. I don't like to take them out of the book, but I'm not willing to risk any damage to this particular print because it's a really wonderful design. Shows a man rescuing a beauty in the water who is likely drowning, I'm imagining. But yeah, just a really beautiful design. A little bit of silver on the belt work, or the obi of the woman's kimono. Otherwise, there's also a little bit of that. It's like a burnishing, but where there's not black. So it still gives a shine, but it's not a black shine. But otherwise, just a really, really beautiful design. Every book about Hirazaki Eiho shows this design. Most books about Kiyokata also show the other design. So these designs are just very popular for the early parts of these artists' production, and they were just well-known designs. I don't know if they're very common. There were some reprints made. A friend of mine has a book that has both volumes of this in one book. So I know they were reprinted at some points and combined into a single volume. And thankfully, that single volume still includes both prints. But anyway, we have a really nice Kuchi-e woodblock print by Hirazaki Eiho. Just a nice design. Signatures down here at the bottom. Eiho ga. Again, a very early way of doing this. Like, these artists typically didn't use this kind of ukiyo-e trompe where they put Eiho histo or Eiho ga, like drawn by or designed by, made by, that kind of thing. They didn't really do that anymore so much. But anyway, in this book's series in particular, both of these artists decided to put one of those things. And then Eiho even went a step further and added a pillowina, I think it's pillowina flower, which is like which is the seal that Kunayoshi used. So Utagawa Kunayoshi used this, which makes you wonder, like, does that mean that Hirazaki Eiho was part of the Utagawa school and maybe was taught by somebody like Yoshitoshi, or somebody that was taught by Yoshitoshi, or somebody who was taught down the line from Toyokuni first all the way down to maybe these artists, which were in the 20th century. So just really fascinating information you can get from these. But yeah, really lovely print, not in perfect condition, but still pretty amazing. And I'm very happy to have it. Shockingly, with all the prints I have, I never managed to get these two. So super happy to have them. This is the reasons I bought these books. Looks like there's a lot of other fairly interesting prints in here. And overall, I'm just very happy to have gotten this collection from this person selling in the United Kingdom. And a really fantastic deal for me, just because I didn't pay a high volume for all of them. So anyway, I'm running out of time and I have a meeting coming. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching my video. And I hope everybody has a lovely day. Again, this is Eric, and this is the Kuchi-e Gallery YouTube channel. I want to say I love you to my wife and daughter. And that's it. Everybody have a great day and enjoy your summer, which is fast approaching. Thanks. Bye.